Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating history of elections. From ancient times to modern democracy, let's explore how voting has evolved and shaped our world. Elections have a rich history that goes way back to ancient civilizations. In ancient Greece, around the 5th century BCE, Athens practiced a form of direct democracy. Citizens would gather in the assembly to vote on important issues. However, only free male citizens were allowed to participate. In ancient Rome, starting in 509 BCE, citizens elected officials through assemblies like the centuriat and tribal assemblies. But much like in Greece, the system favored the wealthy and powerful. During the medieval period, elections were less common, but local forms did exist. The Catholic Church held elections for positions like abbots and bishops. A major turning point came with the Magna Carta in 1215, which established that the king's power could be limited by law and required the consent of barons for certain decisions. This set the stage for the development of parliamentary systems. The 18th and 19th centuries saw significant progress. The American Revolution and the French Revolution promoted the idea of popular sovereignty, the belief that power comes from the people. The United States Constitution, adopted in 1787, created a federal system with elected representatives. Over time, amendments expanded voting rights to include African American men and women. In Europe, the spread of democratic ideals led to electoral reforms. In Britain, the Reform Acts of the 19th century gradually expanded the electorate, reducing property requirements and redistributing parliamentary seats. Despite the progress, elections have faced many criticisms. Initially, many groups were excluded from voting, such as women, minorities, and the poor. Electoral fraud and manipulation have also been ongoing issues. The introduction of the secret ballot in the 19th century helped reduce fraud, but challenges remain, like the influence of money in politics. Throughout history, several key figures have played crucial roles in advancing elections. Cleisthenes of Athens, known as the father of Athenian democracy, introduced reforms in 508 BCE that made the system more inclusive. Simon de Montfort, in 1265, called a parliament in England that included commoners, paving the way for broader representation. James Madison, one of the founding fathers of the United States, helped draft the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Emmeline Pankhurst, a leader in the British women's suffrage movement, her efforts led to women gaining the right to vote in 1918. Nelson Mandela, his leadership in South Africa's transition to democracy and his election as the first black president in 1994 marked a significant milestone. Elections have come a long way, reflecting our desire for representation and participation in governance. As we strive for more inclusive and fair electoral systems, the legacy of those who fought for democracy continues to inspire us towards greater equality and justice in our electoral processes.